Let me know when people can hear me. Carol can hear me. Darcy can hear me. So apparently YouTube's in the process of switching from their old streaming system, which is easy to use and has a button called live stream where you hit go and it goes, to a new system that's going to debut. Like, it's been in beta, but I refuse to use it because I can't figure it out. There's no button that says stream here, and thus I do not know how to use it. But for some reason during this switch, apparently we are broadcasting twice right now. Like, it says we're broadcasting the Chimbo and the Arc right now. So if you're on YouTube and you're in the wrong one, I don't think it matters. I think you'll hear the same thing. I just don't understand. I don't understand why it's doing that. I don't know how to make it stop, but hopefully I will figure it out before tonight's broadcast. Because for the very first time ever, we're going to have 2 broadcasts in one day. And I'd planned on doing that all week once I saw that the People's Horse and I'll Let You Know have decided that it's a superb idea to run against each other and inevitably throw down 120 speed figures, even though it only goes to 100, 2 weeks before the Stewards Cup. I'm sure I will spend 15 minutes talking about that later and whether or not that's a good idea. But either way, I decided to broadcast the race tonight. But I didn't know that I'd be able to display that we were having 2 broadcasts at once, so we actually made that happen last night. So that's how it now shows 2 broadcasts. It's pretty cool, and yeah. So about today's broadcast, before we get into it, an amazing field of 12 headlining the Arc today. My mom has this theory called, whoops, that's a different day, where you know in your head that you have something on Friday. And I know in my head that I had the Arc this Friday, and I've been telling you guys for a couple weeks now that we're going to call the Arc. And I also signed up to be the parent volunteer at my kids' holiday party today, which happens to be, as of 12 minutes ago, going. And I know that that's on Friday, and the Arc is on Friday, and I know that that's in. And frankly, I volunteered there for a few hours yesterday and was not interested in volunteering again once I found out that it wasn't actually a party. It was make a donut reindeer and then they aren't even allowed to eat it until they get home. Well, I get to experience that party, you know, the 5-year-olds hopped up on sugar party. Anyway, so I texted the teacher at like 9 p.m. and was like, yeah, so about me volunteering tomorrow, that's not a thing. I have to call the Arc. It's a fake horse race. It's very important. Gotta go. That's my story of why I'm here and not, you know, at the school being a responsible parent. So you guys should be excited. So today is the Arc in 12 minutes. Yeah, that's math is hard, but it's in 12 minutes. It's a $6 million race going a mile and a half, and I think that this is one of the better fields we've had. Obviously, it's not the best field ever. That was the year that we broke Gibraltar by accident, but this is a really, really, really good field, top to bottom. I genuinely believe that every horse, save for maybe one, has a legitimate shot to win. And it seems to be the case of the 3-year-olds versus the older horses. We have 2 absolutely outstanding 3-year-olds in this race, and then a whole bunch of top-notch older horses. So let's get right to it. Number 1 on the rail is Dr. Stevens. Mike Springer owns this one, a $1.5 million purchase. He's only earned back $670,000, but I fully expect him to pass that $1.5 million mark if he stays on the track another couple years, which I believe he will. He's won half of his 12 starts. He's a son of Sydney. He's coming off a victory in the King George Stakes over Loveless and Light Up, Light Up. Number 2 is Sunday Heartbreak. Last year's Stewards Cup Turf winner. That was an upset when he was a 3-year-old. Before that, he was 4th in last year's Arc, so he's looking to do better. He's kind of bummed me out this year. He won the Hong Kong Silver Cup in his debut, but since then he's been 4th, and then 3rd in the Chicago Million. That was Week 12 Monday, so he has a little bit of extra time from the horses who ran Week 12 Friday. I'd really like to see him get another big one. I'm afraid that this Bernard Kwok horse is going to horse racing down there. Said that someone named B. Kwok bought 20 horses out of an auction the other day. we laughed. I'm sure you will laugh too. Funny. Okay, number 3, Cajun Banshee, Tamara Estes homebred. This guy is coming off of a was earned. This is a son of Delahousse. No one breeds to Delahousse, so why aren't you breeding to Delahousse? Apparently this guy's run against a horse named Facebook twice. I don't know how a horse named Facebook exists in the sim, and I never knew, but I think that's pretty cool. He's out of an Opera Ghost mare. Last year he was 3rd in the English Champion Stakes. That was beaten by Big Hello and Moonfaced, neither of whom are here today, but are both, like, would have been some of the favorites if they had shown up here, so he does fit with this crowd. Number 4, No One Is Safe for Tim Matthews. This is a homebred, son of Reddington, out of his horse Allison. 8 for 15 lifetime, $1.7 million earned. He's coming off a victory in the Worldwide Stakes. That was here in England, over 1.25 miles. Before that, he was in South America to run 5th in the Pellegrini, but that was against basically a similar crowd. Thunder Bay, King of Ashes, Convince Me, like all the kinds of horses that are here, this guy runs right with them. I think I already said he was 8 for 15. I actually really like this guy's chances today. Number 5, Thunder Bay for Laura Ferguson. Laura Ferguson had expected that she would skip this race with Thunder Bay, and that was because her friend Michelle Calderoni was going to run Big Hello. Well, Big Hello isn't here because Michelle decided to do something else, and thus that's why Thunder Bay is here. Thunder Bay was 3rd in this race last year behind Night March, owned by Kane Saracen. There, Kane, you get a shout out. Breed to Night March. Since then, he won a listed stakes race in Kenya by 7.5 lengths. Of course he did. He was beaten by a neck and a head in the Dubai Turf Classic. He won the Pellegrini, and then he was 4th in the Chicago Million. Definitely in with a shot, this $4.8 million earner who has won 10 of his 20 lifetime starts, and he will be retiring after the Stewards Cup, I do believe. Number 6 is the first of our 3-year-olds, and this is Deputy Governor. He's a superstar. He's run a 100 speed figure twice. The first was in his maiden, which he won by 7.5. Then he won the Stewards Cup Bunbury by almost 4. His lone loss in his career was the Louisville Bunbury by a nose to Like Diamonds, who happens to be the other 3-year-old in here. I think. Unless it's... Yeah, no, it is. Okay, good. At least I'm not an idiot. This guy won the London Derby and then the Irish Derby. He's a son of Kittison Black, who, by the way, you can breed to for... Wait for it. $25,000. Kittison Black is good with milers and routers, all-weather and turf. Breed to him. See, I'm helping you guys out because... It's that time of year where we freak out because we only have 2 weeks left. Ah! Izzy Rafferty has this one now. I love the way he's come into this off of the 6-9-11 prep schedule, which means he gets 3 weeks going into today. What will he do after this? And is a 3-year-old going to beat the older horses today? Number 7, Composer Mozart for Keith Place. $2.2 million purchase. This guy last won year 50, week 14. So that is 1 year ago. Hey, I can math. 4 for 16 lifetime. 4, 8... 9, 10, 11. He's been on the board 11 of 16. $400,000 earned. This is a son of Wolfgang. And I was just noticing that he's broken badly a couple times in his most recent starts. Number 8, Brandon McNulty's Loveless. If you have not listened to the song Loveless, it's beautiful. This is a $2.7 million son of Itoko. He has earned back $3.7 in return. 11 for 19 lifetime. He ran a 100 speed figure 2-back in the Norwegian Gold Cup. He kind of bounced off that a little bit to lose to Dr. Stevens last out, but he's always right there. Multiple graded stakes winner. He actually won the Pegasus Turf last year, so like almost 2 years ago now. It'd be really cool to get Brandon another big win because he has not gotten a big one in a while, and I think he deserves one. Number 9 is the other 3-year-old in the field, and that is Like Diamonds, and I'm pretty sure I promised to sing. I'm totally not feeling it, guys. But it's named after that Rihanna song. I named 2 horses. One's Shine Bright, and one's Like Diamonds. So, yeah, I'm not singing. Sorry, Dan. Not happening. This guy broke his maiden first out with an 89. He was 3rd in the Stewards Cup Bunbury last year to Deputy Governor. This is the only horse to have beaten Deputy Governor. That came in the Louisville Bunbury. This guy has won 2 Grade 1s this year, including the Virginia Derby, and last out he was second behind Deputy Governor in the Irish Derby. Glenn Larson has this one. I love this guy. I mean, I love Glenn too. I meant like diamonds, though. A son of a Satono crown. Number 10 is Convince Me for Stormy Peak. This is a 4-year-old son of Yasiel out of her 4th lined horses. This is Forthwith. 5 for 13, lifetime, $1.8 million earned. He was second last out in the Prix des Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées, the real horse, actually died the other day, which was really sad. Has nothing to do with this race, I'm just telling you. This guy won the Everest Stakes 1 year ago, has not won since. He was 11th in the Stewards Cup, 2nd in the Pegasus, 10th in the Desert Turf Classic, 3rd in the Pellegrini. So he's basically obnoxious in the way that he's like, I'm going to do really well. Now I'm going to run backwards. I don't know. Horses are weird, especially pixelated ones. Number 11 is my outside long shot choice in this race, and this is Gray for John Exet, a son of Suzuka Silence. 7 for 11 lifetime. Most of you will have no idea who this horse is, but he is riding a 4-race winning streak. The problem is he just hasn't really tackled Grade 1 company. He ran in the Stewards Cup Turf last year, but he also won the Secretariat Derby, so he is a Grade 1 winner. He's coming off that win in the Prix des Champs-Élysées. Before that, he won the Prix Versailles. Before that, he won the Prix de Notre Dame. Is he Grade 1 material now as an older horse? He's got the win streak to prove it. He's going to have to run the race of his life, though. Rounding out the field for Lucas Davenport is the horse that a lot of people like today, and that is Only Me. $2.5 million purchase has earned back $9.3 million. He's looking to be one of those double-digit type earning horses, which are becoming more common thanks to the Pegasus. A Grade 1 winner in both of his last 2 starts, the Prince of England and the London Cup. He was second in Dubai. That was to Big Hello, who's not here. Last year, he was second, beaten a length in the Arc. So he's looking for revenge. I assume this horse is going to retire after the Stewards Cup, but with Lucas, you never know. He might run for another year. That's your field with 2 minutes to post for the Arc. Such a good field. I really like this field. Do you guys have any selections while I try and find where I actually... Tim Matthews, if I call that horse Deputy Governor during the race, you're out of the sim. It is post time for the Arc. 12 horses going 1.5 miles for $6 million. Trying to turn off betting before we get going. Betting pool closes at, what? $100,003. You guys did that without me even begging? All right. None of you are in trouble. You all get bonuses of my love, which going into Christmas is not a bad thing. All right, a field of 12 set to go, 1.5 miles. They are all in line. And they're off in the Arc de Triopmhe. Sunday Heartbreak stumbled at the start, so too did Loveless, and Loveless drops back last. It is Deputy Governor who goes out to the lead, and he is joined quickly by Gray. Those two kick clear of Convince Me in third. Then comes Dr. Stevens. Only Me, Thunder Bay, and Sunday Heartbreak. Then Cajun Banshee, Composer Mozart, and No One Is Safe Like Diamonds. And Loveless after the bad break is at the back of the pack. Heartbreak alongside with Cajun Banshee and Composer Mozart. Those four are across the track with no Deputy Governor. He shakes clear by a length over Gray, who takes back and watches that one 2 lengths to convince me. Then comes the rest. Dr. Stevens and Thunder Bay. Only Me and Sunday Heartbreak. Composer Mozart alongside Cajun Banshee. No One Is Safe still 10th. Like Diamonds 11th. And Loveless is still the trailer. They've only got 6 furlongs left to run in the Arc. And it is Deputy Governor leading by almost 2. Gray still second, another 2 back to convince me. Dr. Stevens gets closer to that one, 5 lengths back to Thunder Bay, and the rest Only Me, Sunday Heartbreak, Composer Mozart rounding the turn. He's a length in front of Gray. They've got 5 lengths on Convince Me. Only Me is now 4th. No One Is Safe is absolutely gobbling up ground. He's 5th, now 4th. Thunder Bay, Dr. Stevens, Sunday Heartbreak, Like Diamonds had to be stopped, and he's trying to get going. It is Deputy Governor into the lane. Deputy Governor, he has not truly been challenged. Gray, No One Is Safe, and Like Diamonds, Thunder Bay, and Only Me. But they just can't get him. It is Deputy Governor and a runaway in the Arc. Deputy Governor going to win by more than 2. Gray holds off No One Is Safe for second. Like Diamonds got up for 4th. Then Thunder Bay and Only Me. The official winner of the Arc is Deputy Governor. He's a 3-year-old black colt by Kittison Black out of Reggie Wayne by Feet. He is owned by Izzy Rafferty and was bred by Vincent Barrett. This is his 7th win in 8 starts. Will he go to the Stewards Cup turf? Hold on, I see his schedule in his notes. I don't think he's going to the turf, guys. Not according to his notes. I think the girl herself's in the chat, though, so I'll let her answer. So don't forget to join us in a few hours where we will talk about the Long Island Gold Cup, where the Philly Triple Crown winner, I will let you know, will take on the $7.5 million earner, the People's Horse, and Desert World Cup winner, Indiana Jones, and Baltimore Crown winner, Venetian. Such a good race, guys. It's so good. And that's why we're calling it. See you guys in a couple hours.